Let me jump over to you, Tamara, and ask you about whether this jury will hear about all of those other marriages. Is it relevant, and is there any way for prosecutors to get it before the jury, or can the defense keep it out?
Well, if I were trying this case as a defense attorney, I would definitely want this all of those other marriages to come in, because it does show, just like we were talking about earlier, that this woman has a propensity to get married and divorced, and she never even attempted to kill her other husbands. And this is just a pattern of the way she lives her life: married and divorced over and over again. So this is nothing new, and that's what I would want as a defense attorney to come in.
So you would actually think it would be a positive. I think that's a really good point, very insightful. Heisler, Tamara Holder. So this witness is a nice enough fellow and obviously has a little bit of a bias, but not too much. He seems very credible. I just don't know if this is the most exciting way to start your case in chief. What do you think, Tamara?
I think this is a great defense witness. I mean, he talks about the woman being tipsy, not a raging drunk. He talks about one fight where she slams the door. She's not being abusive to her husband. There's a big difference. Trimming trees. I mean, he's not really saying anything that is great for the prosecution. She's not an alcoholic. She's not abusive to her husband. He had words with her. That's not really a big deal. I mean, these are normal relationship things and normal behaviors of just a normal person. I don't see anything that is really strong for the prosecution just yet.
All right, well, with that in mind, Greg, let me go out to my guests, Greg Heisler, Tamara Holder. I'm not going to give you my opinion. I want yours. What do you think? Credible or not? Tamara?
I think she's credible. I mean, remember, the money that she gave her son, it was a long time ago. It was not right before this alleged murder occurred. And so I think that she was very shocked to find her husband lying on the ground bleeding. She didn't know what was going on, and all of a sudden she finds her dead husband on the ground. I think that this is a credible phone call.
Greg, I may see that, but we're not seeing it yet.
Right, and that's what's interesting about cross-examination. It's not necessarily always that you're going to impeach the person, but that you can say things like, you never saw the person or my client hit her husband, did you? You never saw her come home wasted, did you? You never saw, you never got in more than a little bit of an argument with her, did you? She never threatened you. So those are things where you just said, Jamie, that you can highlight the direct examination, and that's what he should be doing, because whether or not the kids were in the pool or in the house or wherever, I still don't understand. Doesn't really matter.
And sometimes you explain to a jury why it matters when you get to your closing argument, but you raise a really good point related to this, Tamara, and it is the art of cross-examination. You know, we get misled, I think, by programs like Law and Order, and even my old favorite, Perry Mason, where the cross-examination always involves dramatic some key piece of physical evidence that's turned up. But more often, it's a much more subtle, effective approach, right?
Right, and that's why it's really important here that I think that the direct examination helps the helps the defense case. And so he needs to bring that out, and that is the art of cross-examination. It's not always impeaching the witness. You can turn the witness into your witness. You can turn the prosecution into a defense witness, and that's what he needs to do here.